Welcome, spiritual travellers. I'm Steve Bradshaw, aka the Brad Monk, and when I'm channeling, I connect to my soul of the past, who was a monk who travelled around sharing his spiritual journey, and so he helps me to find and connect to what I call the soul's inner voice, which is basically the universe that gives us wisdom, insights, connections, and frees me up to be able to help people on their journey. My mission is to connect and get every single one of you to experience this amazing world, what I call the world of enlightenment. How to start your spiritual journey. I think the first part is the awakening. Suddenly you get to a stage in your life where you see different things, different wants, different desires. You go from the want and need to the state of being, to suddenly thinking, hold on a minute, is this all there is to life? Some people are set with traumas in their life. Some people lose a lost one. There's many different ways that we're awakened. So there's got to be more to life. And then we start to notice more to life. So how you start your spiritual journey is the minute you start to think about what is going on. When you start to think about what you've done in life. When you start to think that, is this all to life? Am I happy? Am I enjoying life? Have I just been on a roller coaster and not knowing what actually happened with all the bends and the turns? But at the end of the journey, I've done something. So, how to start your journey is to spend more time thinking about your journey. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, your thoughts supposedly create your reality. When you surrender, you allow the energy to come towards you, which is automatically coming towards you. People, places, situations. Every time you think of something, the only reason why you don't have it now is because you are vibrating not to have it. You have a lack, or you have a blockage, or you're not resonating with that particular thing. And so then it triggers in you. And so then you push it further down and you think that thought, that idea was silliness. But really, when we've been awakened, it is just like you've just come out of a dream, a happy dream. And suddenly you think, you know what? I want more of that dream. I want more of that enjoyment. There's got to be more to life. And then all of a sudden, you start to see there's more to life. Why? Because you've changed your focus. You've got out of the illusion. 90% of your thoughts are illusions. They've not actually happened. But because of the consistency of everything around us and what people are telling you and what people want out of life, and if you don't fit into life, you're not going to have these set things that you have to have, or you're not enjoying life. And then all of a sudden you realise you're not enjoying your life because you're spending life searching to enjoy your life. This is the enlightenment. You know, you don't have to do anything for something magical to happen. You don't have to do anything to bump into that person that could change your life, or that course that could give you the insights and enjoyment. And I think this is what you have to understand, is that basically you're being awakened that there's more because you're looking outside the box. You're not concentrating on that which you're conditioned to concentrate on. That your thoughts are taking you down that road of always trying to improve yourself. You know, when we were young, we just did it. When we got older, we want to be young again. Why? Because then we were just automatically flowing. We were just like automatic experience. We didn't have time to think of the future because we were thinking of our next step. Being 14, your next step being 15, the next step being 16 and being able to maybe ride a bike or go to parties or, well, you should be 18 before you go to parties, but still, you're so caught up in the next moment that you've not lived this moment. And so then you're automatically doing what the vibration is, your environment and what's around you and what people tell you and what you see on TV and then you're just stuck in this endless bubble of searching for happiness and enjoyment and money and a relationship and a family and so many kids, and that you're not really understanding how the universe works. And so what is your spiritual path? It's just a path that you may find different ways to enjoy. And that is the spiritual awakening. Because you're going to see a new world out there where there is beauty, where there is nice people, where there are people that want to share in the experience, that have passion, that love what they're doing. There's so much more. Then all of a sudden, you get to be thankful for what you have, grateful for what you have. And that focus changes your thoughts and ideas. You're no longer thinking of number one and thinking that if you don't get what you want, then nobody else should get what they want. You start to understand that your part to play can be whatever you want it to be. And as long as you're enjoying that part to play, it doesn't matter what job you do. Because without you, then other people are not going to enjoy their parts to play. And then it changes. We're so busy trying to fix ourselves, trying to heal ourselves, trying to find that one golden nugget at the end of the rainbow. And what is happening? All we're doing is taking ourselves away from our spiritual path. And the hardest part is that it doesn't seem like many people around you are on a spiritual path. They talk the good talk. They go on about gurus and listening and people on art, and music and this, that and the other. And they try and portray that they are in the trend of being spiritual, when deep down they do things that are not spiritual. But when you start to get into spirituality, in the sense of you're being spiritual, you then suddenly find that a lot of people are spiritual. And a lot of people tell you about spiritual things. You're thinking, well, last week they weren't speaking about that. It's because you have seen the energy. And that is how to start your spiritual. Study energy. Understand energy. Energy is everlasting. Energy is what keeps your body going. The way you meet and greet people, the way you act, you will then go into the category of whoever needs that bit. So if you're always searching for money and this, that and the other, you're going to see other people who've got money or haven't got money, so that you can balance and learn this lesson. So your state of energy, the state of being, is so important. So you have to find the things that get you out of bed, because if you can't get out of bed, you can't help anybody. So if you want to be a carer, you got to make sure that you're right to get out. And if you overdo it or absorb too much negativity or are focused on stuff that doesn't give you joy of life or doesn't free the energies within you, then how can you share that with others? And you'll normally find that when you're helping somebody else out or you're being of service, at first you've still got that conditioning, but then the conditioning starts to go and it's replaced, what we call with the automatic flow. And then you feel the joy of doing it and then you're not looking for people to appreciate that you've given your time to help out and this, that, and the other, which is not a bad thing, but it is in the sense that you've come from the wrong place. You should only be a carer if in your heart you felt like you wanted to be a carer. You wanted to help other people. But often people are coming from a place of pain. And so when they come from a place of pain, even though they do things that they think will fix themselves and fix others, the pain is always still deep down within them. And yes, it'll come to the surface when you've got unconditional love or you've got balance or one thing or another. But if you're not ready to accept that pain, embrace that pain, understand that pain, then the spiritual journey will be harder for you. Because really, you started off a pure energy, a neutral energy. What you feed it, it becomes. You go on a search to be the pure energy, the neutral energy, when you already are. And then all of a sudden, you get frustrated because you do everything right. You're being spiritual. This is what the great gurus say. I'm doing everything right, but I still don't feel spiritual. Because you're not being. You're still coming from a place of lack. You're still coming from a place of pain. And so when we look inside ourselves, in an inner self, we then find the emotional child that needs releasing, which helps us on our journey. We suddenly find the people that make us feel alive, instead of the ones that might fulfill our needs and wants and our drama and the things that we feel that we deserve to have, but it's not truly spiritual. Enlightenment is all things, the balance of all things. All things are needed to create enlightenment. So the good, the bad, the negative, the positive, they all play a part in you becoming enlightenment. And then when you become enlightenment, you realize this and realize the whole time you're enlightened, but you didn't understand it. You haven't been able to tap into that world that you came from, or you once was, if you believe in past life, and which you was automatically as a child, until you had conditionings, until you had people around you conditioning the way you live and start programming what you should be, and you should be good, or you're going to go to hell, and you know all these different things. So getting back to the start, you're already spiritual. You've already been to this lifetime. You've already chosen your path. You've already chosen the wonderful things that you can experience. And if you're not, it's because you chose not to. Because of free will and choice. You're choosing the wrong paths. They weren't the paths you were meant to go on. But for some reason you've chosen them. For some reason you keep choosing them. You keep choosing that boyfriend who's going to treat you like horrible so that you can feel the pain inside and let go of it. So understand that it's not a case of starting a spiritual journey. It's a case of understanding and evolving and recognizing that it's the opposite of your searching. Yes,